Hello and welcome to my next video. And today I want to show you a watch from, I dare to say, a micro brand, but I don't think that Formex is unknown to the watch community. So it's a Formex watch, and it's the Formex GMT REEF. And I can say for sure, for the couple days I've worn this watch, that I love this watch. And yeah, stick to the video and just explore with me this watch. Formex is a Swiss company, and they are in the business for, I don't know exactly, but I think 10 or 20 years. So they are in the business for a long time. And this REEF I had in my eyes for a couple of months, and I didn't pull the trigger because I wasn't for sure if I want to have the new REEF, baby REEF, 39 and 5 diameter, or if I would go for a bigger one. So I decided to go for a GMT watch, and there I only have the option for the 42 millimeters. So yeah, it was a easier choice for me. And after all, it was a nice price because I have bought this watch used. So it's not a new watch, but this strap is new and the bezel is also new. And this is the first point I want to mention, because this watch is customizable, and you can change the bezel anytime you want, and it's so easy. And that's one of the great things I liked about this watch. And also the strap changes so damn fun and easy. And yeah, but let's go point for point and start first with the dimension. It's an incredible thin watch. We only have a thickness of 11.2 millimeter. Formex says 11.4, but yeah, I measure 11.2. We have a lug-to-lug distance of 48 millimeter. Yeah, oh, 47 maybe. Let's see, I can't get to the point straight. 47. Let's try it here. Yeah, I would say 48. I think Formex says 47. 47 or 48. Choose what you want. But it wears like a 42 millimeter diameter watch, because we have 42 millimeter. It's only from here to this part here. But if you measure it with this bulky ends here, it's a little bit bigger. But keep in mind, it really wears like a 42 millimeters, and it wears exceptional good. Because of the smaller lug-to-lug distance, it wears very good on also a smaller wrist. But I would recommend at least 6.5 inches wrist size to pull the watch to its beautifulness on the wrist. Because if you have a smaller wrist, it looks a little bit too bulky. So then I would recommend to go for the baby REEF. We have a lug distance of 22 millimeters, and this here I have the clasp, the carbon fiber clasp, with their patented system to with the on-the-fly adjustments. So with the clasp, we have the opportunity, if you pull this trigger, to pull it in or out to get an extension of 7 millimeters on the fly. So that's a great thing. Like I mentioned, we have the changeable bezels, and it's such a great feature. And I have also another bezel here. This one is the black one. It feels good, it's snappy, it's always in place. Even if you change the bezel, it still stays in place. I already have a big scratch on it because this watch fell on the ground. But it happens, and it's still working, and it's still working fine. So yeah, that's one cool thing. And I also have the steel bracelet here, and let's change it. And we have a quick release system here, so it's easy to change. We also can take a look on the see-through case where we can see the movement, and it's very it's decorated a little bit, and it's beautiful decorated in my eyes. It's for the price category, it's fine. So we have the bracelet here. Also we have here on the fly adjustment. It's easier a little bit. You only have to push this button and then you can extend it. No, maybe I okay. Oh, like you can see, easy to change and extend, and it stays in place. Okay, we have a how can you call it, easy change mechanism. You only have to push this button, and then the pins are going in, and you can easily change. Let me see on which side I have to pull it. Okay, so you only have to push it, bring it in, and that's it. It's a little bit more difficult to pull it on the camera, so just keep in mind it's going to be a little bit quicker if you do it on your own. So that's the bracelet. Yeah, it looks totally fine. Mostly brushed, but that's okay because it's a more tooly watch in my eyes. It reflects the light rather beautiful in my eyes. Quick release also, like I said, on the fly adjustment, not quick release. And it's easy to change. It's easy to change the bezels anytime you want. Tap. And yeah. One thing I want to mention, this bezel doesn't have lume. This steel bezel. This steel bezel, the black bezel, it has lume applied on it. So the numbers are lumed. Yeah, that's also a beautiful thing. Let's get on to the movement. We have a Sellita SW, let me see what we had here, 330-2 movement. It's a GMT movement. It's cost certified. And we have a quick date. Set function, and we have also the opportunity to manual wind the movement. It's a screw down crown, 300 meter water resistance, sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating and some fingerprints. And yeah, beautiful white dial with applied indices. They look in certain lighting conditions to appear a little black. The dial, the indices and the hour hand and the hands, but there are some like this steel bezel, some kind of gunmetal colored. But yeah, they are stainless steel. If you will look in the reflections, let me zoom in a little bit. You can see it. Huh? They are not really black. Well, let's get on to the movement. 46 hours power reserve. Yeah? And yeah, it's a relatively reliable Swiss movement. Yeah, it's a copy of an ETA movement, like all oscillator movements are. And yeah, can't say something negative about the movement. Everything runs smoothly, as it should be. We show you. And in the first position we have the quick date, yes. And if you go upwards, we can set the GMT hand. So it's an office GMT or caller GMT. So you can move only the GMT hand. But if I have to be honest, I think this is suitable for most of us, because I think nobody, maybe except some people buy it because they travel a lot, but most of us don't travel a lot and set the time for maybe some relatives they have in a different country and to want to check the time on them. Or like me, I just set the time so I don't have to mix AM and PM, and that's the case I use it. It's easy to screw down, so yeah. We have a normally loud water now, so it's totally fine. Let's talk a little bit about the weight. So the weight, we have 90 grams on the case, and the rest depends what you choose. And with the steel bracelet, it weighs a little bit more, yes. And on the rubber strap or the leather strap, it weighs a little bit less. But it's okay. It's a tool watch, it's a steel watch, so it has a little bit heft to it, and that's totally fine. What can I say about the price? The price, it depends. It depends what kind of customization you have made with the watch. On the steel bracelet, like you see it right now, it costs around 2,155 euros, and Formex is shipping from Switzerland, and they ship it with the taxes, so you don't have to pay taxes separately. So the price is also calculated inclusive with the taxes. And if you choose it on the NATO strap, on the cheapest constellations, you have to pay 1,835 euros. So it depends how you want to choose it. I like the steel bracelet, and I also like this black leather strap. Let's take it a little bit on the wrist, and I can show it on the wrist. 6 3/4 inches wrist size, and as you can see, it was okay. It is very, very slim, and because of the shorter lug-to-lug distance of 47 till 48 millimeters, it wears rather good on a medium-sized wrist. If you have a smaller wrist, I would suggest to go for the baby REEF, but the baby REEF is not the GMT watch, so you have to keep that in mind. But it looks rather similarly. The bracelet, the clasp is very small in my eyes. It's around 27.5 millimeters. The bracelet is not tapering much down, so we have 22 millimeters. It's tapering down to 20 millimeters, so not much of a taper there. And it's totally fine because it has a tool watch vibe. And I think for this tool watch vibe, it's better to have it a little bit bigger, the watch. So 42, it's totally fine in my eyes. But you have to choose it for your tastings. But I would go for the 42 if you have a medium-sized wrist, and below that I would go for the baby REEF. And yeah, if you are willing to go for non-GMT watch. Let's make also a little loom shot. So I have to get up, get the lights a little bit darker. So as you can see, we have a good loom. BGW9 Superluminova, and it's enough loom. We have loom applied on the bezel, but only on this bezel. You can switch the bezel, like you see. There's no loom applied on it. Get it a little bit totally dark. And yeah, it's enough loom. You can read it at any time. And yeah, I like also the loom applied on a GMT hand, like it should be. And I really enjoyed this design, and I like this white dial. And I also bought green bezel, and I think the green and the white will look rather beautifully. And yeah, as you have seen in the first, and I also had made some short videos with the leather strap, and the leather strap is also great, and it's not very expensive. In my eyes, not expensive, because if you buy... Oh, okay. So, welcome back. Sorry for the interruption, but my doorbell rang, and yeah, but that's real life, so I will keep it in the video. Yeah, what I wanted to say is, I think in my eyes the price is not it's not overpriced in my eyes, and I think you get a lot of watch for your money. 300 meter of water resistant, screw down crown. We get, depends on your constellation, we get bezel, a steel bezel, sometimes with loom and without loom. We have a good loom applied on it. We have a Swiss-made Celita movement inside it, cost certified, and we have a incredible cool design of the watch. I really like this design, and it wears really slim. Yeah, let's zoom it in a little bit, and the case finishing is great. Yeah, it looks really stylish in my eyes. The system with the interchangeable bezels is great. But one thing I want to mention, I think this bezel, if you want to buy it separately or an additional is a bezel, I think it's a little bit overpriced. In terms of, I think this one costs around 190 euros, and the GMT, the blue and black one, costs around, I think, 230 or 240 euros. I think for just the bezel, yeah, it's a piece of metal. Yeah, 200 euros, I don't know. If you compare it now with Omega or something like this, okay, yeah, it may be worth the money, but Omega, for example, you have to purchase the leather strap for 300 euros, and only the deployment class costs around 300 euros. So if you compare it, then yes, it's cheap, but overall it's still 200 euros, and I think it's a little bit expensive for just a bezel. But okay, it's just my opinion. I don't know what do you think about it. But overall, I really like this watch, and yeah, highly recommend it. And I recommend it only for wrist sizes about at least 6 inches and 16 centimeters in my eyes. But you can probably decide it on yourself, because you can return the watch if you don't like it, and I don't see any problems. And yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. And if you have questions, just ask me. And if you like the video, leave me a like and subscribe to the channel to support, because I, till this point, buy every watch with my own money and to give you a honest opinion. Okay? So stay safe and goodbye till next time.